The reason for the alcoholic gene is that you perform better under pressure. Alcoholism is the price you pay in being able to operate really, really well in emergencies.
So I'm a superhero with an addiction problem. Got it.
Welcome to Beyond the Sale podcast. I'm Greg Collins.
I'm Tanya Barrans.
And we have an exciting show today. We have a lot of topics to cover. We cover everything from alcoholism to the Neolithic origins of ADHD and a bunch of other topics. So let's get started.
Yeah, awesome to be back.
Yeah, it's good to be back. It's good to see you, Tanya.
We both got skinny.
I know.
That's what we should do. We should just record every couple months.
I know. And then
fluctuating.
I can have my mass weight loss reveal.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
I was wondering if we were going to talk about our weight loss journey.
I took a holistic approach to weight loss.
Okay.
Only shopped at Whole Foods.
You did not, did you? Are you just joking with
no,
me?
I strictly did. Horoscopes are very important to me. And as a Pisces, I know that I'm very sensitive to sodium.
Okay. I can't tell how much sarcasm is coming from you right
This is
now.
all bullshit.
Okay.
Anyone on GLP-1s, all they do is just lie about how they actually lost weight.
Okay.
I've noticed.
Oh, I see what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I know. I
I
cut out caffeine.
I know a lot of people who they've struggled with their weight the entire time I've known them, which could have been decades.
Mm-hmm.
They struggle with their weight, and then suddenly in the last 18 months they've lost weight.
Right.
And then we're supposed to believe that they're not on GLP-1s.
Mm-hmm.
And they say basically, "Oh, I got on this new exercise routine." I'm like, "Yeah, right." And so for some reason there's still a stigma associated with saying that you're on Ozempic or some other form of it.
Yeah, I think it's going away. What I didn't know, because I'm just always clueless to everything.
Mm-hmm.
So, what's the term that people?
The shot?
Yes, the shots, but like the broader category. Like I'm taking.
They just generically refer to it as Ozempic or GLP-1.
No.
Semaglutide.
Stop saying words. It will come to me. I'll tell you when I want you to say a word.
Super controlling.
I am so controlling. I just was talking about how controlling I am last night.
Yeah. What is it in relation to?
Men.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I was playing my part in a situation, and as much as that guy was not.
You're texting with a new boyfriend?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I don't know if he's my boyfriend.
Put it. Yeah. So the audience doesn't know. Tanya is talking to a new guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yay! Finally, first time in forever.
Yeah.
But we were talking about a past situation, and it's very easy to blame that guy for all the problems.
Yeah.
But then when I really look at my part, I was like, oh man, not to sound so AA about it, but I was like, I played God. I loved the fact that, the whole fixing stuff, but he needed my help.
Yeah.
It was like all these things about being controlling and ego, a lot of ego.
From a recovery standpoint, if you're a controlling person and you're in a relationship with an addict, they'd be like classic codependent.
Oh, 100%.
So now, so they would, which is actually my situation. So this is the problem because you and I clash because we're both codependents.
Yeah.
So although I'm not a double winner.
Yeah.
So
well, I'm sure I could find something you're a double winner in, Well, and it's interesting too because what do you think when someone says they're controlling? Like if they're in a relationship, what does that look like to you?
Well, one of the things is, and I see this in relationships, is they constantly have to know where the other person is.
Right. That's what I would think is controlling. Yeah. And I would say I'm not controlling at all. Right? Yeah. Like I don't care where you're at.
And then what would they say? When they give you an example, if they did give an example, what would they say?
Like anybody that would say about me or about just...
Well, let's say you had a boyfriend, he's breaking up with you, he says you're too controlling. And then
he probably wouldn't. This is where, and this is my ego again, but you have to, when you look at yourself and how you play a part, sometimes it's not glaringly obvious.
No, it's not. It's impossible. You're too close
to it.
Right.
But the control comes from the fact that he needs me. I'm in control of that situation.
That's the codependency, yeah.
Yeah. And so it's not control of where are you? You need to dress like this. You need to look like this. It's that, again, kind of almost like an ego, like, oh, like I'm important. I'm fixing a situation. Not necessarily fixing him, but fixing the situation he got himself into. To me, that's controlling. It may not be controlling by definition of these other things, but I was in control because he needed me.
be this other person that you're in a relationship with, they bring a lot of chaos. They have trouble holding down a job because they're in an addiction. They have trouble financially. You, meanwhile, as a codependent, were raised to believe that love is your ability to sort of like stabilize the situation and do things for other people, which you should do in any relationship. The problem is codependents take it way too far, and that becomes the whole reason you think you should be loved. And that's why this is something that women especially struggle with, because as a woman and you have motherly instincts, this comes very naturally to you.
Right. 100%. Real quick, because I don't want to forget, the word is peptides.
Okay. Yeah.
That I was thinking of. Peptides sounds okay. My friends were on peptides. I didn't know. And then somebody goes, that's what a GLP-1 is.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, well, now it almost feels not as bad because you got peptides for everything.
Well, it's true. That's a really good. I'll just say I'm on peptides.
Yeah. I know half the people don't even know what that means.
They don't even know what it means.
Yeah. So encompassing of so many things.
If you tell a boomer that you're on Ozempic, they sometimes clutch their pearls and be like, "Oh, you're gonna go blind," because all they see is the mainstream media and about the 1 in a million people who went blind when they were on Ozempic.
Oh.
And the reason they went blind is because going blind is a side effect in some cases of having diabetes. And the thing is, people on diabetes, which is originally why the drug was created,
right,
go on semaglutide, go on Ozempic, and then what the attorneys are now doing is for the small number of people who are diabetic and lose vision in one eye, they blame it on Ozempic. Well, the reason they lost their vision is because they have diabetes, not because of Ozempic.
That's interesting.
So I get some of my friends who are super anti-peptides, super anti-GLP-1s, latch on to these headlines that they see online, the clickbait headlines about all the horrible side effects. What they don't talk about is that when you compare the peptides, the GLP-1s, to the alternatives, GLP-1s look pretty good.
Yeah.
So one of the things you routinely hear is, well, on GLP-1s, you're going to lose muscle mass. The thing is, losing muscle mass is what happens when you do all the other dieting techniques too. It turns out losing muscle mass is just something that happens when you lose weight.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily a specific side effect of GLP-1s. And now, I would say one of the problems with GLP-1s is nausea. I've experienced that. It's awful.
I have not.
You didn't get it?
No, all my friends have. And I mean, there was like a tiny moment of like, do I feel a little queasy for like 2 seconds? No.
Yeah, and then the other one is being super tired sometimes. It felt very much like after you've traveled overseas, like you have jet lagged. It very much felt like jet lag.
That's weird. I have had so much energy.
Wow.
So in January, before I started this, I should know the one. Not Ozempic.
Tirzepatide.
Yeah. Okay. So in January-ish, maybe February, I quit energy drinks. Just cold turkey. I was sick for like 50 days. That's why we didn't record. I was like literally, because we were going to come back, and it was like every couple days, I'm like, I'm re-sick, but I was never even over it. But I was like, worse. Okay. So I went on this whole, like, I need to start juicing and like anything, right? Like, I got to get over this. This is crazy. And for some reason in it, well, I think also because I was like not doing anything. I'm like, why am I drinking an energy drink? So I don't remember why, but just one day I was just like, I'm done. And I have not craved one, didn't withdraw from them. I was having them every day.
Yeah.
Until probably about 2 weeks ago. I've had a couple times where I'm like, man, it sounds delicious. But I'm like, don't even go there. You're fine. And then since I started the GLP-1, all of a sudden I don't really drink coffee. And when I do, that's why earlier when I had that, I was like, I do not feel good. This is like, blah. I find when I do, I'm tired that day. When I'm not, I mean, I'm going, sleeping less and everything. I don't know if it's directly related to it or just purging caffeine, because I think, again, probably because I'm ADHD, it's known to be not a depressant, but like calm me down.
Yeah.
I don't know. But one of my friends was like, oh, it's the GLP-1. I'm like, is it?
Yeah, it might be. The downside is nausea and jet lag feeling for me. The upside was unexpected. Yeah, I had less craving for coffee. I still have it.
Okay.
My gums got better, which is really weird.
Someone just told me about that. Or is that you? I
I
feel
don't
like
think
it
it was me.
wasn't. No,
I
somebody
didn't mention it
literally
to you.
just mentioned something about the gums.
My dentist was like, "Wow, they measure how much your gums are receding.
Yes,
They got better." I'm
that's
like,
amazing because mine are kind of bad in some
"Yeah."
spots.
So that was, and actually, a lot of people report the same thing. Um, and so yeah, there's all sorts of other benefits.
I
of
have
it.
a weird side effect that I haven't quite figured out if it's it or not. But ever since I upped my dose,
Mm.
the last 3 weeks, instead of the nauseous, they always say like 36 hours later.
Yeah.
I'm kind of depressed
Oh, interesting.
for like about 24 hours.
Hmm.
Like a little bit of an anxiety, not motivated.
Yeah. I wonder what that
And I
is.
was like, that's weird. But then it kind of went away. And then next week I was like, weird. It's kind of same timing.
A lot of people are saying people lose their zest for life.
I'm still zesty.
Yeah.
I'm very zesty, Greg.
I don't.
But I just
yeah.
can feel it. Like it's just this like little,
Huh.
and I'm like, is this just ironic timing in the middle of the week?
Yeah.
Midweek slump.
It's a strange thing
Slump.
how
Yeah.
all of our motivations and our cravings and our desire for food are all tied together, and we're seeing all these when you introduce these peptides, the strange interaction with your mind and
Yeah.
things like that. It's a wild world out there.
Yeah. Well, we
So-
just randomly went on a tangent. I don't know if we want
Yeah.
to circle back. I
Yeah.
don't need to talk about me dating anybody because by the time this is out, who knows?
Uh-oh. Yeah, you
Yeah.
get dumped.
Story of my life.
You
No.
check your texts.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, let's get before I commit. Nah, he's in it
Yeah.
to win it.
Oh, he is. Okay.
Yeah, oh yeah, already.
Uh-oh.
You got the older lady again, you know?
Mm.
Those youngins love me. But I try to date older. Oh, probably not. Since,
You didn't say anything about that.
Yeah, I was
Did you
gonna
want to
say-
talk about that?
Sure, just a quick bit, right?
You tried to date older men.
Like my age or older.
Yeah.
Okay.
Same
I've
ballpark.
gone on 3 dates in the last 6 to 8 months.
Mhm.
Okay, my age.
Where do you meet these people?
One's
Hinge or
through
something?
work and
Oh.
then 2 through AA.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Kind of like a friend of a friend, but whatever. All 3 of them, great chemistry. I mean, not like, I mean, I'm not saying like, oh my gosh, that was the one chemistry, but I know we had a good time. I'm
Yeah.
pretty self-aware if someone's like not having a good time with you. Like, good time, good conversation.
Yeah.
All 3 of them, pretty much the next day were like, the first guy got depressed. Oh, that's a good sign. Thanks.
Within minutes of the date.
He said, the next morning I woke up depressed. And
Oh, fuck kind of
basically,
morning.
yeah, I'm like, oh, okay. I thought it was like
Next.
the best date I've ever been on, but that's cool. And then he's like, I'm not ready to date, which I kind of knew that, his divorce was probably about a year or less,
yeah.
I kind of understood that. Okay. So fast forward a couple months.
Okay.
The next
2
guy,
down.
the next guy was like, I don't know really what you want to do from here, but I'm like super busy, right? I was like, okay, well, so am I, dude. Like, everyone says I'm the busiest person ever, but I said I don't chase men. If you want to go hang out, by the end of that, before you even left, he was like, yeah, next week actually I have some time off. I'm gonna come pick you up. We'll go on a motorcycle ride. I was like, all right.
Yeah.
Never heard from him again.
Uh-oh.
Again, and just so to clarify, no, I did not put out. No, it wasn't like they were just like
Yeah.
one and done in me, that kind of thing. It wasn't even like that. It was just
But hold on a second. Back up. The last 2 I'm not curious about. But the first one, you said this is the best date you've ever
it was
been.
the best date. And he was a lib, dude.
And he didn't get and he said no second date?
Yeah, I mean,
Wow.
we had been friends for like 6 months prior. This was like
Oh.
a long overdue, not friends in person, but friends
Yeah.
like long overdue. And he watches this podcast. You know who you are, boo.
Or, you blew it, dude.
But I hadn't been on like a true date. Most
Yeah.
people I date, I just meet like it's,
Do you want to hang out, Netflix and chill?
yeah. No, it's just like, it just kind of happens naturally.
Oh.
I left and I was like, wow, that was so great.
Did you do the thing where you close the door behind you and you slowly drug your back and into you crumpled under your knees?
Oh, I was like, what? No, I was in a parking garage and it was closing it back.
Fucking date, yeah. In a parking
I
garage.
almost didn't get in the garage. It closed.
Oh, because it
Dude.
went so well.
No, like I was trying to remember. I think it was like closing and I was freaking out. I'm like, how am I going to get my car out and stuff?
Yeah.
Anyways, yes. So, I don't know.
And no second date.
No second date.
That's really strange.
Yeah, but we've
But
We
no,
were-
hold on
we-
a second. From your end, it's like you had a great time.
yeah.
How come you didn't like text him the next morning and be like, hey, I had a great time?
I did.
Oh, you did? Oh,
And he said I woke up depressed.
oh that guy. Oh.
That guy. Okay. So then fast forward to
Woke
the
up depressed.
I
Dude, you got to
know.
get done and work on your texting game, dude.
awkward. I don't know if we're gonna.
I don't know. Maybe he has a roster of chicks or something. You think that's going on?
Nah, no,
Oh, not this dude.
no. I mean, he could. He's funny.
Oh, he's funny.
Probably one of the funniest guys I've ever met.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So you get that cred. I'm looking at you.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's not listening.
He will be. He watches everything.
He stalks you.
No.
Cyber stalks you. He's in the
Yeah. So,
program.
anyways, okay, whatever. The next guy, never hear from again.
Mm.
And then the next one asked me to. We hung out for work, but then like during the hangout, I was like, I feel like we're kind of on a date ish, right? Like we're getting to know each other, kind of thing. And then he asked me to a Mariners game. I had great seats, and I was like, oh, okay, so we're gonna like go on a date. This is freaking amazing,
I
you
would
know?
never go to a Mariners game on a date.
It's like 10th row seats. It would be great. Well, I ended up not being able to go. So then I had said, what are you doing Saturday at this time and Sunday at this time? Because I didn't have Asher or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's like, what are your intentions? I'm like, what?
What are your intentions?
What?
This guy's texting game is also horrible.
And no, seriously. And then I go,
How about some mystery, dude?
I go, I don't even know. Like, what do you mean?
What are your intentions?
And then he's like, we're both adults. Like, you just say what it is. I go, I don't know. I thought we'd make out, maybe get naked. Because I was literally just like shock value, you know? And he's like, oh, well, I'm just not dating right now. This guy's 10 years older than me, mind you. And I'm like, we could die tomorrow. Why are we not dating? Unless you come up to me and say that I'm not dating because I just got out of a relationship, or until I know I'm going to treat women right because I've treated them horrible. Like, give me something. You just can't say I'm just not dating. Why did you ask me to a Mariners game?
I'm talking to the screen, to the guy who's...
yeah. I'm like, who are we looking at?
WTF, dude.
Yeah.
I'm breaking the fourth wall.
Okay. So those are the three. So I'm like, tell my sponsor.
Oh,
hey,
for 3.
I was like, hey, look, dude, I try to go older.
Yeah.
I think they're just all jaded and bitter. I don't know. I mean, they don't seem like bitter people, but you know, like, I don't know.
Well, there's something wrong with the guy. If you go on a really great date and the next morning you text the gal, I'm depressed. Even if you are feeling depressed.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming you guys didn't drink, so he's not hungover.
No, he was sober too.
Oh my God.
I
It is
know.
a desert out there.
Now I knew he had counseling the next morning, so maybe okay. This is what my ego's telling me, Alex.
You have to report back to inpatient rehab the next morning.
You tell me.
His parole officer called in the middle of our date.
I think he fell in love. Yeah, goes to his counselor. Was like, I met the one, and she's like, hey, dude, you've done this before. Pump the brakes. Chill.
I think you're overthinking it.
I think the audacity of the Y chromosome is too high, and I think everybody needs to go to therapy.
Yeah.
This is where Alex and I disagree. 80% of therapy is unnecessary. Unless you're severely traumatized, you should go to therapy. The rest of it is just complaining about life. You're suffering from something called life. And just fucking man up, especially if you're a dude. Okay. Suck it up. Now, if you were like raped or something, or some horrific thing happened to you, you do probably need to get some counseling.
Yeah.
Yeah. But a lot of it is just like, hey, you're suffering from something everyone suffers from, which is we have a tragedy we're experiencing called life. And you have to just get through it.
I always, and we've talked about this before on the pod, I think that with counseling, it needs to be, hey, maybe I grew up like this. I was taught this. This is not an appropriate reaction to have to life. Help me to fix, like, to look at things,
how can we
reframe it.
Yes. Third party.
Like, reframe this in a different way, not just like talk about your trauma all the time.
Yeah.
But also, I think that people haven't been given the resources to deal with these complex issues, which aren't really complex for older generations because they were raised differently. But newer generations, I think, have trouble dating because they don't know how to use critical thinking because we have things like phones and access to different things that makes it harder for people to deal with complex emotions because they don't know how to necessarily do that because everything is just so easy and accessible. And the dating scene is terrible out there in Seattle.
Yeah, well,
nobody knows how to communicate.
No, devil's advocate, though.
Men don't know what they want.
The younger ones are the ones communicating better.
It's changing, yes, but even with that, there's still a lack of communication or transparency that's happening.
I'm assuming the therapist wasn't a relationship counselor because I would never his texting game is horrible. Can you imagine, Alex, you imagine you're on a great date. The next morning you text the gal, I'm depressed. Dude.
But that is because they don't know how to manage their emotions, which then you could be like, okay, well then why don't you know those? I don't think that's going to fix the issue, because then it gets into
Have
the
one on me.
toxic male chromosome, where then
It's
they
not
think that
toxic.
they are just they just deserve a certain thing, but it's like you're not creating an environment that's welcoming or
Right.
wanting.
That's true.
So it's like, yeah, the patriarchy and men, I think, need to just, they all need to go to therapy and learn how to deal with complex emotions, because
Don't
again,
listen to Alex. Do the opposite.
because
Man up.
again, I think women mature faster
That's
than
true.
men. And so a lot of men, I think they're like 5 years behind in maturity and
That's
compared
about
to
right.
women. So
Okay, but then
that's my hot take.
I must either be really immature or finding the mature men, because again, so I basically did a case study for everybody, you know?
0 for 3 is pretty bad. If you you didn't meet them, so you physically were in the same room with them before they asked you on a date.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big difference than swiping online, because you feel what they're like in person, and then so you already sort of know what their vibe is like.
For sure. Like
So to go 0 for 3 is kind of surprising to me.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. But then, little secret squirrel just snuck on in from
Oh, where'd this dude come from?
my home group.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
And
Wait a second. Let's say this falls apart, right? Let's cross our fingers it doesn't. Do you have to get a new home group if
depends
he's
on
there?
how toxic it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like if right now,
Fuck this up, dude.
yeah, no, he's great.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you getting the feels?
Yeah.
Oh, good for you.
But I mean, it's only been like 5 days.
Oh. Oh.
6 days.
What?
No, I'm
You
saying
say
like we
that.
already started like, I mean, I've
Yeah.
known him for a little bit, but like
Oh, okay.
it literally just, this is where it's probably super toxic, like no matter how slow you say
You
you're
should
gonna,
know by now if it's super toxic.
no, like when things go fast, red flags.
I think it depends.
But I honestly, it just blends. It just meshes,
Yeah.
It's like crazy how that, I guess that's the whole point, right? Like my sponsor said, don't force anything. When I told her, I was like, okay, I'm done dating older men or whatever, I was like kind of joking, like whatever.
Yeah.
She's like, don't force anything. I'm like, I'm not even actually dating. I'm just saying, okay, sure. Yeah. If there's like some chemistry, like let's hang out, like whatever.
You've been sober more than a year though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can just go on dates. It's fine.
No, that wasn't her point. She just
Oh.
said, don't force anything. And I'm thinking, I'm not forcing anything. But then fast forward like a week, sit down, start chatting up this guy. And I'm like, oh, yeah, you're funny. Like, whatever.
Yeah.
Next thing we know, we're texting like till 2:00 in the morning, like we're teenagers,
It's real chemistry.
real chemistry,
Yeah.
talking on the phone for 2 to 3 hours.
Wow.
That's when I'm like, oh, like almost in that way of like, oh, that's not forcing it. It's like once it just clicks. So like my best friends are like, it's so weird how one day you can be single and a week later you're like, got a boyfriend. I mean,
Yeah.
we're not like that, but
Right. But there's
it's
something
going to
there.
go there. Like you already know. You're like, okay, we're progressing unless some huge out of nowhere red flag pops up.
Now, if you look at your past relationships and you say, I have seen some patterns in my past relationships, and as a result, I've learned some lessons, and this is what I'm going to look out for in my next ones. Are you seeing some of those patterns with this new guy?
I would just say the speed of things. But you know what? It's very interesting. I was thinking about last night. I have a pattern of asshole, kind, asshole, kind, asshole, kind.
You mean you switch between having a total a-hole, next guy is a kind,
and then the kind one, I'm a little like, not pushover necessarily. I mean, I don't think kind
nice
necessarily.
guy. You actually switch between.
Yeah.
You
But
walk
it's
all
been
over
a long time. Well, that's
since
not
you
true.
had a boyfriend.
Well, that too. I wouldn't say it. Travis, my boyfriend that passed away, he was a very, very nice guy. But I was gonna say like the true like, but he was spunky. He's like a nice guy, but he wasn't, definitely not a pushover.
Yeah.
The last like really nice guy, like over the top nice guy, was probably in my 20s. But either way, I just,
Then you get the ick because he's too nice. He's too
yeah.
much of a
Back
beta.
then, I definitely would have ran all over him. Now, I'm 20 years older, so I'm much more like, I just want peace, no drama.
Yeah. So what is
Chill.
your sponsor saying about this guy?
I haven't told her yet.
Oh, I thought you said
No, this was
was
about
for a
going
different
on the
dude.
dating,
Yeah.
the older dudes, Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Yep.
But organic connection is always better.
I agree.
And that's why I don't like dating apps, is because I want that organic connection to happen.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, when you're on a date and they project expectations of wants,
Mm-hmm.
it's like I just met you. Like
Yeah.
stop putting in this fantasy that we're all fed of like a white picket fence and a perfect home. Like just meet me where I'm at. Let's talk.
Mm-hmm.
Let's start from zero and get to know each other. So like the fact that you have that connection where you're just kind of like riffing off each other
Mm-hmm.
and it's authentic and it's organic and you don't have an expectation. It's just I'm trying to get to know you and I like where this conversation is
I
going.
like that.
Let's keep that going. And that's I think where organic connection comes from, because like these apps, it's all capitalistic bullshit. It's you're trying to get something. What am I getting? Am I going to get a kid at 32? Am I going to have like the white picket fence? Am I going to have someone pay all my bills? I want this, I want that, it's like, no, just meet somebody, find out who they are and what makes them character wise, and then see what happens. Just, yeah.
That's why that what are your intentions text just gave me such, Alex and I both got like this severe ick. It's like, you
Severe
have
ick.
no, like, I don't consider myself to have massive game. I know never to send a text like that.
I know. Well, it was just also, I'm like, I
Ugh.
don't even know what that means. Like, I wasn't even sure which
And what are
direction.
your intentions?
I'm
But
like,
also the second one where it was the guy saying I'm depressed the next day, it's like, okay, cool, but am I your therapist? No, you
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah.
And I just met you. You don't project these things onto people unless you've had a conversation, talked about it consensually, and be like, oh, yeah, if, I'm at a capacity to listen
I'm
right now.
depressed.
yeah.
Like,
Well, I don't think he was trying to share it with me, but he could have just sugarcoated it and been, I mean, even just like,
If I was
But it's
feeling depressed,
projecting.
I
It's
would
projecting.
never put that onto somebody else. Like, why
that I
would
just
yeah.
met.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just met you. We had a great date, and then I'm gonna just send you throw this wet towel on you.
yeah.
Like, what? God, these guys have no game at all. No
Yeah.
wonder they're single at 55 or whatever.
That's why I went for the 33-year-olds, and I feel much better
Yeah.
about it. Yeah. But to opposite of Alex's point, it's funny because so there was, obviously there's just what's your favorite color and like what do you do? We we're just like having like whatever shooting the shit.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, but there are actual like because we are kind of like getting to know each other. I'm like, we kind of have to rip the Band-Aid off on some like serious topics pretty quick.
You have
'cause
kids and exes and stuff, yeah.
well,
Is that
I'm
what you mean?
12 years older than the guy or 11 and a
Oh.
half. So do you want a family?
Transparency.
Yeah. Do you want a family? Do you want a kid? Is this a make or break on a kid situation for you? Right. I
Yeah,
knew.
you're looking for something long term or something casual.
trying to
Like
get
it's,
laid.
Yeah.
it's giving enough, but not too much.
Right. I mean, of course, my
yeah.
first question was, I said, "Are you red or blue?"
And he's like, there's no red states, there's no blue states. There's a
Or
United
or is
States.
this a Matrix situation? We're talking about red pills and blue pills. Like,
Nah.
what's going
No,
on?
he knew right away. He's like,
Totally blue pill.
politically. I'm
Oh,
like, heck yeah,
He's-
bro.
He's a Marxist, basically.
Yeah. But you know what? We're good. I'm gonna convert him, and we'll be fine.
Bring him to the dark side.
Yeah, I did. Okay.
I'm working on Alex too. He's a commie right now. He's gonna be full blown MAGA by the end of this conversation.
Yeah. No, I
He's
wouldn't
getting
want
his
to be.
MAGA hat ready.
I wouldn't want
I
to.
would rather stick forks in my eyes.
I would not want to be MAGA right now, really.
To the dark side, Alex.
Okay, I want to read some of our comments. So you know,
Okay,
we have
let's
a
hear it.
lot. I can't even ever like.
All of our we have a lot of angry people in the comments. We have like 10
No,
million
you know-
views
you
and
know,
4,000
Yeah.
comments.
Well, interestingly enough, this is why I like to talk about the ADHD and the addiction because, for the most part, they seem to be upbeat. They might have missed the point, right? Like a lot of people think we just co-signed on
No,
being
you're right,
drunk
they are
all the
upbeat.
time.
Yeah.
It's much better than the other ones where I wouldn't even open my social
A
media.
lot of ADHD talk in the comments.
Yeah. But okay. So this is an interesting one, and now I forgot which pod it was or which clip it was on. But the guy goes, "It's not alcohol, it's trauma. People who are traumatized purposefully put themselves in situations that are extremely stressful as their bodies are programmed to feel comfort in a state of hyper arousal. This is why they perform better in high stress situations, that they are constantly in a state of fight or flight. People who are traumatized also love drinking and are known to abuse substances. Correlation does not mean causation."
Yeah.
What do you think, Greg?
There's a lot to unpack there. So what he's saying is if you're traumatized, then you have to fill this void with something in order to not deal with these deep feelings that you're having that are sort of negative.
I don't think he's not saying about dealing with them. It's just that you're programmed.
You're programmed by the trauma to
Yeah.
to seek out chaos and always requiring something to do.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. There's a lot of different reasons why people drink. Being traumatized is certainly one of them, and because you're experiencing all these feelings, and if you have a drink of alcohol, a lot of people will actually just you'll feel better, certainly on the ascending side of drinking alcohol, but then also it makes it easier to be around other people. So especially if you're introverted, that's one thing I noticed when I was drinking. When I was introverted and I would start drinking, then being around other people was a lot easier.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, in this case, he's using alcohol to avoid dealing with the feelings of the trauma.
Well, no, sorry. This one is on the one about how, now that I'm thinking about it, I think it's on the one where we talk about that we're the best under pressure, but then we need alcohol to pour it to calm down type of thing. And again, a lot of people think that's ADHD, not alcoholism, but I'm like, it's 6 one way, half dozen another.
Right.
It's like probably both of those go hand in hand.
So the reason for the alcoholic gene is that you perform better under pressure. And
everyone says that's ADHD though.
Well, let me unpack that a little bit.
Yeah.
Let's put a pin in the ADHD. If you have the gene that allows you to perform better under pressure, the side effect of that is that you're more likely to be an alcoholic.
What gene is this, Greg?
Well, it's a constellation of genes. There's no specific gene. It's like, can you perform better under pressure? Can you multitask? And there's sort of a combination of these different elements. And I know in our comments, they're constantly challenging us. Where's the study? I want to see this. You didn't go to school for this.
We're just a podcast, guys.
Those are reasonable questions. We do know that alcoholism is a heritable trait. So if your aunts and uncles and your parents were alcoholics, you are more likely to be an alcoholic. And this is not not behavioral, like I saw them drink and I'm able to drink. It is something that you inherit through your genes. If you're able to perform well under pressure, and that's something that comes from your genes, the price you pay for that is you're more likely to be an alcoholic. Because if you can perform well in emergencies, then typically the day-to-day boring life, which is 99% of the world, is going to just be excruciating for you. So people who have the alcoholic gene feel like they need to crawl out of their skin if they work in a cubicle farm or they stock the shelves at Walmart, which is, everyone's job these days. So they need alcohol to just get back to the baseline. Or they need an adventure. Now, when it comes to ADHD is not a pathology. We tend to pathologize people who have trouble paying attention and can't focus and that kind of thing. If you have ADHD, you're not neurodivergent. You have a brain designed for a different era. You have a brain designed for 20,000 years ago where you wake up and you're in a forest and you can exert yourself. And this morning you're looking for nuts and berries. And this afternoon, you're working with your cousin and a close friend of yours to hunt deer. And this evening, you're around a campfire, and you're physically exhausted. And the next morning, it's something totally different. When we look at children and we wonder why they can't sit still for 8 hours under fluorescent lights, we assume there's something wrong with the kids.
Right.
Well, that's insane. We never ask them on the camping trip how come they're doing, what's wrong with them when they're running around in the forest.
True.
So if you have ADHD, there's nothing wrong with you. You're just living in an era where that type of brain is not optimized for. Your brain is not optimized from the modern era.
I was trying to look up one. Somebody said like the warrior gene or something. That's what I'm going to say from now on instead of ADHD.
There's no specific gene for alcoholism. It's a combination of how well do you pay attention to things? How do you stress response? How well do you operate under pressure? I know I say the word alcohol alcoholic gene, but what I'm just sort of speaking in more specific terms because we don't have a whole lot of time in sort of general terms, but it certainly is a heritable trait and it definitely comes in from your DNA.
Okay. So question. When you're talking about performing better under pressure,
Yeah.
are we drunk at the time? Because that's what people seem to think. And
Yeah.
my Aunt Betty couldn't do nothing. She was
Right.
just a drunk. And that's you get all those comments too.
People don't understand what alcoholism is and what is the evolutionary purpose of alcoholism. Drinking alcohol and being a dysfunctional alcoholic is not what the advantage is. Like there's no evolutionary advantage to being drunk. Being an alcoholic is the side effect of another really useful skill, which is you can perform well in emergencies.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, if you can operate well under pressure, then you're going to be more likely to be an alcoholic. So that's where the evolutionary advantage is. It's the price. Alcoholism is the price you pay for being really well and being able to operate really, really well in emergencies.
So I'm a superhero with a addiction problem. Got it.
Yeah. So you need to figure out how do I replace alcohol with some kind of adventure.
Yeah.
Because right now because you just work in a cubicle and you're just crawling out of your skin, converting coffee and antidepressants into spreadsheets.
Well, sorry to interrupt you there, though.
Yeah.
I would say the majority of the comments that agree, nobody's in a cubicle.
What are they doing?
They're EMTs,
Oh, interesting.
firefighters.
Oh, good. Yeah.
A lot of military.
Yeah. A lot of pilots.
A lot of pilots. So, like everything we had kind of touched on, I mean, the chefs, like all of it, you know?
Yeah.
And that's why, and then they come home and they're like, well, now what?
If you have the alcoholic gene, the typical day-to-day life is excruciatingly boring. So that's why if you tend to work well under pressure and under multitasking, you're attracted to being an EMT, you're attracted to being a firefighter, police, aviation.
So, yeah, so the chicken or the egg, what comes first, right? Do you go in to these fields because you're an alcoholic or you have it in your DNA? You have those like character traits. And so you probably pick fields that.
Yeah,
And that's probably why certain fields have a higher alcohol.
You're attracted. Yeah. So
rate.
you're attracted to high stress, high multitask where you have to be present with every part of your being. Like combat aviation is probably the most difficult, most demanding job that you can possibly have. It's even more demanding than being an infantry officer, because in combat aviation, you're actually routinely given way more to do than any human is capable of doing. So you're under absolutely extreme pressure. And so you have to prioritize because there's too many tasks to do. If you're a person who's attracted to that type of job, then you are more likely to be an alcoholic, because once you land and you're back at the base and you just performed well under the most extreme circumstances that any human can possibly do, that type of mind is not going to sit still back at when you're in the officers club. You are going to need to drink. Yeah, I'd say just people who are attracted to high stress environments typically tend to be alcoholics more frequently.
Okay, so what's the solution?
Well, first you have to recognize that you have a brain that is predisposed to alcoholism. So just because you perform well under pressure doesn't mean you're 100% going to be just a raging alcoholic. It's just a clue that you are predisposed to it. You're more likely to it than the average person. And the other thing is, it's important to realize when I call someone an alcoholic, as someone like me who understands what recovery is, that's just like saying your eyes are blue.
Yeah.
Like that's what a lot of our comments are like. When I say these combat veterans are alcoholics, people accuse me of sort of shaming their name
Right.
but I'm not. To me, when I call someone an alcoholic, it's just like, oh, that's just their personality. That's just their hair is blonde.
Yeah, that's interesting too because, I see all these things of like, I would never be an alcoholic, or even in the rooms. I
Yeah.
never thought. I don't know what I thought. But once I was like, oh, I'm an alcoholic, I was just like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It never crossed my mind to be like embarrassed by it, I guess. Maybe that's
Right.
why I've always been loud. I'm like, oh, okay.
You
Like,
can tell when
That's who I
someone
am.
you can tell when someone isn't familiar with recovery or what alcoholism is when you call someone an alcoholic and they think it's an insult.
Right.
So that's one of the reasons why this second A and AA is anonymous, is because there's such a stigma in our society with the word alcoholism or
Yeah.
alcoholic. So when I call combat veterans and combat aviators and I say they're more likely to be alcoholics, I'm not insulting them.
Yeah.
I'm just saying if anything, hey, I'm like, hey, you guys perform better than anybody else in the most extreme environments. You'd absolutely be recognized for that. You're going to be predisposed to drinking.
I think honestly, most people that related, obviously we're not offended. Like I said, it's a lot of the
few of them
people,
are.
a lot of people that, again, my Uncle Bob, because again, this is a generalization too, obviously.
Yeah.
Not every person that has these jobs is an alcoholic, or not every alcoholic's a superhero.
Yeah.
Right? Some are just assholes.
Some
and
are
they're lazy,
Some are totally worthless.
Totally worthless, right? So like, this is the internet this day and age, right? Like, you guys, come on, take it a little bit with a grain of salt.
But there's a reason why there's alcohol. It's 10 or 15% of people are alcoholics. Like, there's a reason why that's passed down.
I would say it's
You think it's more than that? Oh,
yeah, but see, mine wasn't passed down.
You didn't have any alcoholics in your family?
Nope.
Huh.
I feel like mine was situationally.
Not any aunts and uncles or anything?
I mean, I have a ginormous family.
Oh.
So yes, 100% extendo.
Yeah.
But like, I never saw alcohol in my home once growing up. Wasn't there. But going back to what I was going to say though. So you get this all the time. Like, and then again, the alcoholic, especially the sober alcoholic that understands what we're trying to say.
Yeah.
It's like, I just got that comment today on Facebook that's not what he's saying.
Yeah.
He's talking about, again, having the personality or the trait. And if you're doing it sober or slightly buzzed, then you can perform better.
Yeah.
That type of thing.
And they do perform better.
Yeah. But then if you're not in recovery or trying to be sober, then you crash and burn when you get home to come down from the rush of that. And, you drink yourself stupid.
You're going to be drinking yourself. And even when there is you also, let's say you're an alcoholic.
Yeah.
And you work in a cubicle and you've been crawling out of your skin all day.
Mm-hmm. You love that cubicle.
I was traumatized by it. It still hurts.
Tell me about it.
So, not me. I'm a normie. It didn't bother me.
Okay.
But you'll get home and also drink.
Mm-hmm.
Not just, hey, you just shot down 2 MiGs over North Korea and you're going to come home and drink. You come home after a super boring day and can drink.
Right.
You're just getting back to normal. So I got to actually get going in like 5 minutes. No?
No.
Yeah. I got a schedule too.
I like the chaos. I'm going to hold you here so that you have to be all stressed out.
I need you to talk. Yeah. So anyway,
we're going to end cap it with, some people don't know how to live without an emergency.
That's true.
So I'm creating an emergency for you.
Uh-oh. Yeah.
Maybe that's why I'm late all the time.
You're creating the chaos, and so you have to focus on yourself.
Well, no.
You don't have to reveal all of the,
No, it has nothing to do with focusing on myself. Just, it keeps me alive.
Yeah.
Well,
there's something to that.
Procrastination.
Do you feel like there's a lot of chaos in your life?
No.
You're running pretty stable.
I'm cool, calm, collected.
Are you inviting chaos into your life with this new guy?
We'll find out.
Oh, stay tuned, folks.
Yeah.
So, folks, it's been really great having you on the pod. Hopefully you learned a lot about alcoholism and about Tanya and I's life. And Godspeed.
Till next time.
Till next time.
Peace.
Godspeed.
Peace.
Peace.
Godspeed.
I don't know. It's just... Namaste.
That's a wrap.